Hi Pisces. Have you gotten the rest that you've not had for a long time? You know, sometimes we sleep, but we don't rest truly. Have you had recently a sleep where there's been no dream? There's been such restfulness, such relaxation that you can feel when you wake up. All of your body, meaning you feel your bones, you feel the space in every single part of your body. I would call to that because it has been overwhelming. It has been very fiery, right? Since this full moon in Aries and approaching now the eclipse season. So much fire, right? But at the same time, clarity coming through, truth, justice, balance. Now, you have stepped into a new you, a new gown maybe, a new sense of self, perhaps a higher perspective you have awakened to, especially when it comes to love, when it comes to your heart, when it comes to what this world is, what the soul is, what is the ego, what is fear, what is your passion. And here, we had this card not a long time ago, and I love it, from the Rumi deck. Beyond the threshold of fear. It is your fear holding you back, like a bar behind the door. Your relationship with fear is changing. No more shall it hold you in its thrall. You're becoming able to observe it, to experience it, to have compassionate wisdom rather than resistance. Oh, what a spiritual marathon you have been running. Now the end is in sight. It definitely feels like there's a shift, Pisces. The power that you used to give fear is now transferred to your extraordinary heart. So moving away from the mind and the thought and perhaps surrendering. You had this surrender card here. To truly, okay, perhaps I don't know what I want. Perhaps I don't know who I am. Perhaps, you know, there's a lot of unknown. Where are we going? What is happening? But feeling okay with it, feeling the home within you, feeling that all will be fine. And it's not even about focusing on a project, focusing on how this is going to pan out, or how, you know, what are the tools that I need to use. Perhaps you don't even know what to pray for. You have here, when you don't know what to pray for. Perhaps in that moment, you have reached, or you have settled into this emptiness. And there's nothing to be afraid of in that moment. Because when you don't know you don't know what to pray for, perhaps you start to sink in, let yourself sink into true surrender, true peace, tranquility, calm. And in that way, finding true gratitude. You have blessed here with gratitude. And the gratitude is when truly we're just grateful for what we are, what we have, what is around us, what is within us. And there's nothing to pray for because we're just connected. We're just letting it move us. And so when you're so centered and it's all about the focus of your being, once you are here truly within you and your home, you're not even in a sense conscious of what you're doing, what you have to do. You're just doing it. You're just following the heart, and the heart knows much better than the mind. As you have been the internal explorer, finding this alignment we have this sword coming twice in the letting go. Finding the alignment and letting go means that you have let go of any mission, project, whatever. You're just following the flow of the life that moves through you. And in that way, you manifest. You manifest beyond you. And you're able to hear the inner voice. In meditation was the first card that came. Look at this big fat heart. Going higher than the petty things of life, of the drama, of the daily routines. You just follow your body, you follow the natural course of things that is not found in the mind. And that is the rebirth that is coming from this inexperience from before, the illusion. You're understanding yourself better, reaching true knowledge. You have here knowledge with this owl. And this knowledge is beyond human, because you have come to a radical acceptation of who you are. And perhaps you can't really pinpoint anymore who you are, because you no longer be a personality. You know, you are a consciousness, an awareness. We had this awareness card that came through in a twin flame deck. Crystal clear vision. And in this emptiness, this crystal clear vision, you are expanded. You are becoming the full spectrum of life that you are. You have full spectrum here. And so, here, Pisces, as you're aligning with this nothingness, peaceful prosperity is yours. From that peace, everything is going to be coming to you, aligning to you. And in that way, when you are in this nothing, the karma is being released, because you're no longer creating karma in this three-dimensional field. You have karmic purge here, mirror reflections. You seeing that whatever happens in this particular relationship, those connections, if you stay true to your heart and to what the inner voice is telling you without doubting it, that's the most important thing. You are seeing everything like a reflection of your internal world. And you see that the manifestation comes from the inside. So again, it's not about the website you're building, the platform you're building, whatever you're building. It's about your state, your internal state. Once you recognize that, there's a magic that starts to arise, because you're so free. Anything can happen, but you're free, you're here. So in this way, you are reprogramming your soul. You have release, raise, reclaim. Literally, we can rewire our ancestral patterns, blockages. Perhaps you're the first one in your line, in your family line, bloodline, that is now shifting radically, that is letting go of patterns of obsessions, of attachments, of belief systems. You're rising into a new sense, a renewed sense of what this human life is about. By the way, in the pre-shuffle, I saw a lot of perhaps animals, spirits that could be significant for you. We had the number 22, 44 as well, and 25 that came through. You are truly downloading. You have Mount Shasta here, which is a very powerful energy vortex in California, where it is said, that there are other beings, from higher frequencies that can be connecting to you. There's downloads. You are definitely aligning here to the sky. Starseed elemental. A lot of you are starseeds, meaning that you're very connected to other species, other perhaps you're keeping like secret because you don't want people to say you're crazy. But in a sense, it doesn't really matter to you anymore because you just trust the truth within you. As you have awakened perhaps to the fact that there's no real truth, there's a lot of illusion happening in the world, in this very chaotic world right now, politically, economically, we're seeing it. But we are definitely going through, a breakdown for breakthrough collectively and individually. So here with this card, our ancient future, perhaps you're reconnecting to ancient traditions or more native practices, but also seeing how the past has built you up, but is no longer part of you. And now you're able to build a future that is set in the presence of the present. This 0 point. This no karma. No me. Now you got this other card from Rumi. Passion for purpose. Love, like life, flows through the heart. Your heart is questing for deeper meaning. It desires certainty as to your sacred tasks for this lifetime. I call to you now, the you that is beyond your mind, the you that is your heart. To that you, I ask, what steers the passions of your nature? Do that. Be that, Pisces. Now, there was another beautiful card that came through from Rumi. Two new ones. Let love transform. So that's for those of you, of us, right, that have had experiences in love that have steered a lack of trust for relationships in this human field, right? But here we're called to believe again. Because as you have shifted and you have learned to always, whatever is happening around you, especially in an intimate relationship, to not let all of that distract you, but always stay centered within your home at every single moment. It's a practice. It's not easy. We get steered out and we have to come back. And, it's this perpetual dance. There's no perfection, Pisces. But as you allow your mind to refocus into the vibration of your body, into the truth of your soul, into the knowledge of the higher perspective of it all, you are able to not be vulnerable, to not be pushed away, kind of like living outside of yourself. You're able to live inside yourself, but still live with others. You have the sea becomes filled with pearls. The dry land receives the water of life. Let love transform. Love's genius and generosity are not bound by the mind. All manner of miraculous grace works through love in endless creative variety. Your heart's yearning shall manifest itself. Do not attempt to predict how that can be. We can't predict. We can't, there's always, and if this happens, all the worst case scenarios. We're asked to really let go, to be here in the present, to believe, to trust, Pisces. Why would we seek to limit love's creative genius? Instead, trust that it will be magnificent and kind. Right, Pisces? Magnificent and kind. And finally, the lover and the beloved. When you move into the unknown, beyond everything, the beloved caresses you. And you can truly feel it sometimes. You can feel this caress. You can feel how kind and soft your body is from within. Oh, how you have been burnt before, abandoned, betrayed, so painfully disappointed, cast aside, suffering at the hands of an unworthy lover. Can the great divine love affair be teared with the same brush? Will bitter expectations keep your heart locked away behind a mean-spirited gate? Something needs to change within you so that you can receive love, Pisces. It may simply be that you say yes. Okay? So, with that said, Pisces, we're going to finish with this. The gates of his heart were flung open. Are you letting your heart being completely open and vulnerable? That means that it's not that you let anybody walk all over you. It means that you get to such a deep sense of the vibration of the heart itself within you, that it opens so big, it opens so much, that it's no longer about this person, that person, about you anymore. It's only about you becoming the reflection of love itself. You become this joy. You become this light. And that is a strength that cannot be spoiled. So that complete vulnerability is when you give up on you, being loved, on anything. You give up on it, but that doesn't mean that you block yourself. No, it's quite the contrary. It's the paradox. You open yourself so much that you're filled with divine love, and that manifests itself also in this material world, in a particular relationship, in particular connections, when it comes to business, all of that stuff. So keep pace with the earth, number 11 here, with your work. As you focus on your passion, as you focus on what your heart moves you towards, you're okay, Pisces, because you are manifesting, you're doing. You're no longer thinking and being your own blockage. You're just doing naturally, simply, without attaching to any of what you're doing, without having any expectations on whatever you're doing, whatever you're living. You're just letting it completely open. Okay? So I love you, Pisces. I hope this was helpful, and I'll see you very, very soon. Take care. Rest well.